Welcome to Tech Topics. My name is Stephanie, and I'm an assistive technology and activity specialist with Future in Sight. I hope that you'll like this video, subscribe to our channel, and check back frequently for more content. We're going to talk about the Pandora Music app. This is an app that is free to download from the App Store or Google Play Store. However, once you get onto the app, you have options for a free version versus premium versions. We'll focus on the free version today to get you started in enjoying some music content and podcasts, etc. Like any other app, once you download it, you need to set it up with traditional username and password and permissions. And then you can ask Siri or Google to open the app once it's ready to go. And again, it is usable for iPhone or Androids. We're going to talk about the layout of the app, the usability with demonstration, and along the way discuss some strengths and weaknesses of this particular app. So when you get started, typically you want to check out the bottom and the top of your apps. And so at the bottom of this Pandora Music app, we have a menu or tabs. And sometimes, depending on, when this video is recorded and what device you're using, you might find this menu along the bottom or along the top. But we have it along the bottom. And there are 4 tabs or 4 items on the menu.
Selected. For you. Tab.
We have
1 of 4.
For You.
My Collection. Tab. 2 of 4.
My Collection.
Search. Tab. 3 of 4.
Search.
Profile. Tab.
And
4
Profile.
Of 4.
I started from the very lower left and flicked right with my screen reader, voiceover, or talkback, all the way over to the right. The profile one, I will not spend much time in at all on this. This has some sensitive information about my own account, which I'm not going to share. But if you want to access your account, switch to premium, share your profile, etc., that's where you would go, is in that last tab on the lower right. We're going to start with the lower left corner, the For You tab.
Selected. For You. Tab. 1 of 4.
And you want to make sure it's highlighted or selected. You tap on it with vision or double tap on it with a screen reader and make sure it says selected. Selected and highlight is basically the same thing. It's just a different way of stating that depending on whether you're using vision or a screen reader.
Selected. For You. Tab. 1 of 4.
Then you're going to start near the top left.
Picks to get you started. Heading.
And there are Picks to get you started heading. So this area of the app is really where it's pumping out what it thinks you might be interested in based on your using it and popularity and things like that. So we're going to just start looking down with your vision, look down the list, or with a screen reader, voiceover, or talkback, you're going to flick to the right. And that's what we'll do.
New music to discover. Based on what's popular. Heading.
Okay, there's new music based on what's popular. Flick to the right.
Smooth Jazz All-Stars perform Lucky Day. Instrumental by Smooth Jazz All-Stars. Explicit. Not collected. Button.
Okay, so it's saying the title of
possible text. Smooth Jazz.
It's saying the title of what type of music this is, the fact it's not collected, which I'll show you in a moment. Let's look to the right again.
Country by Hardy. Explicit. Not collected. Button.
Okay, it's also telling me the type of this music, that it's explicit, so definitely for adults on that one, and that it's not collected. Let's flick to the right again.
Where Have You Been by Kelly Clarkson. Not collected. Button.
Okay, these are all not collected. They're not saved in any way, in my own collection, which again, I'll show you in a minute. So if you don't want to keep flicking to the right, to the right, to the right, you can also, at this point, turn your rotor or your controls. On iOS, it would be turning your rotor, touch, twist, lift till you hear headings. On Androids, you would flick all the way down with one finger and halfway up. Likewise, you could flick all the way up and halfway down because they cycle around like a wheel until you hear headings. So let me get to my headings.
Characters, actions, active headings.
There's mine. And then I can flick down.
Browse by category, heading.
And see what's here. Browse by category.
Recently played, heading.
Recently played.
Trendsetters, artists on the rise. Top stations this week, heading. Top Thumb 100.
I like that. Top Thumbs 100 or whatever. That's funny. Let's go back up. And likewise, you can flick up to go to previous headings.
Top stations this week. Trendsetters. Artists on the rock. Recently played. Heading. Browse by category. Heading.
I thought we'd browse by categories. So once you hear a heading, you want to know what's underneath that, the information. You go back to your traditional flick right to move ahead or down a list. Flick left if you want to move up a list or previous information. So we're going to flick to the right to see what's underneath this heading.
Genres. Button.
Okay, we have genres.
New music. Button.
New music.
Moods and activities. Button.
Etc. I'm going to flick left to move to the previous, to genres.
New music. Genres. Button.
And I'm going to double tap on that.
Selected.
And you tap with vision.
Arrow.
Tap with vision or double tap with voiceover or talkback. And then let's see what's in here.
Genres. Heading. Pop. Button.
We have pop.
Hip hop / rap.
Here's
Button.
all our genres.
Latin. Button. Country. Button. Indie. Button. R&B. Button.
Let's go to
White
indie.
text next. Indie. Button.
I'm going to double tap
White
on
text and a
indie.
blue line on a dance / electronic. Back arrow.
Okay,
Double tapping
and,
this navigates you to previous screen.
and it does give you that free back button with your voiceover or talkback. If you didn't mean to go here, you hear back button. It means you can say, oops, didn't want to do that. Double tap on that. Or you can find your back arrow in the top left corner. Or you can also, in most cases, with a iOS, you can do a scrub gesture, 2 fingers, and just go back and forth like you're scrubbing the screen. All right, let's see what's in this area.
Indie. Heading.
I'm in the indie section. That's the heading. Flick right to move down the list or forward.
Stations. Heading.
And we're going to see some stations, the heading. Okay, so we have stations and collections. Let me explain the difference. So stations are a type of music, and you can put in a couple of artists. I'll show you how to create a station in a bit. But you can put in a couple of artists, and then it creates the station, and it plays songs, by those artists, and it will throw in some other artists too if it thinks it's in the same type of genre that fits the station. Other people can create stations that you can save, to your collections as well, or you can create your own. And collections is really everywhere you've been, and I'll talk about that a little bit more in depth in a minute. So let's flick to the right here. We're in indie music. Remember the genre under stations at the moment. So let's look down that list or flick to the right.
Indie rock. 4.8 M listeners. Indie rock from yesterday and today. Cover. Tunde Adebimpe. Not collected. Button. Yellow text in front of a green and white background. Possible text. Indie rock.
Indie rock. Let's flick to the right again.
Hipster cocktail party. 3.1 M listeners. The perfect mix of chilled cots. Sweet indie and a vintage spritz. Not collected. Button. RVRB. Indie dance. 2.4 M listeners. Indie pop. 2.2 M listeners. Bubbles and fizzes with catchy tunes. Not collected. Button. Yellow text in front of a purple and blue background. Possible text. Indie pop.
Well, I kind of like that. Let's see what's in indie pop. Let's double tap.
Catalog art. Station description text. Bubbles and fizzes with catchy tunes. More by Pandora Indie. Double tap to activate. Songs on this station header. Heading.
So songs on this station, and I'm just flicking to the right or looking down the list.
Bigger. Obvious. Carousel. See all songs 10 songs.
There's 10
Double
songs.
tap to activate. Artists on this station header. Heading. Fazerdays. After. Samia. See all artists 6 artists. Progress 2%.
Okay.
See all
So
artists, Sammy.
I'm going to go back up.
Artist, see all carousel.
Flick
Obvious.
I'm going to flick to the left a bunch.
Bigger.
Or move back
Station.
up the list.
Indie pop. Back arrow. Back arrow.
And I'm moving
back
up
arrow.
to the back.
Double
I'm going to
tapping
get out of this
navigates you to
indie
previous
section because I don't really want to save it or do anything with that particular one. So let's find and discover another one. So I'm going to tap with vision or double tap
Back arrow.
with the screen reader on the back button.
Indie pop. 2.2 M listeners. Bubbles
Now
and
let's
fizzes with catchy.
flick to the right.
Hipster barbecue. 1.9 M listeners.
Hipster
Right back
barbecue.
on the
I
lawn
love
with a
it.
mix of dreamy indie music favorites. The Stack. Today's indie. 1.9 M listeners. Before it breaks to the mainstream. Cover. Indie singer-songwriters. 1.7 M listeners. From little clubs and cafes all the way to the biggest music festivals. Not collected. Button.
Well, that could be kind of
Yellow
fun.
text in a green circle in front.
Now, what you can also do,
Characters. Actions. Activate.
You can flick your rotor or your controls to actions when you hear the title of a station or any music, podcast, etc. And if you flick down,
Explore image.
you can explore the image, which is fascinating. They actually show you what the picture is and they describe it and give you little other bits of feedback that, it's extraneous. It's not really necessary, but it's interesting, I guess. Or flick down.
Activate. Default.
And activate. Those are the only two options you have on actions when you're on the list, on an item on the list. So I'm going to double tap on this one.
Catalog art. Station description text. From little clubs and cafes all the way to catalog art. Station. Indie singer-songwriters. Back arrow.
Okay, I want to start at the
Double
top left.
this navigates
And
into
let's
previous
flip to the
screen.
right here.
Indie singer-songwriters. Station. Catalog art. Station description text. From little clubs and cafes all the way to the biggest music festivals. More by Pandora Indie. Double tap to act. Songs on this station. Homesick. Father. Sinking boat.
Well, let's just
Double tap to start track.
let's it says double tap to start track, and I really want you to hear this. I'm going to do it again.
Father. Sinking boat. Double tap to start track.
Okay, I'm going to do that.
In progress. Catalog art.
And what happens
Full album header. Heading. Metamorphosis complete.
is
Double
it
tap to
gives
start
me
compilation. Credits header. Heading. Composer lyricist. Abraham Boyd. Credits see all link. See all song credits.
it doesn't really start the song, which is quite interesting. That's where you got to be a little patient with the Pandora app for the free version. That was a little misleading. I thought I'd double tap to start the track, but instead I'm seeing everything in here. So let's start again at the top left.
Catalog art. Back arrow.
And let's
Double
just make
tapping
sure
this
we're not
navigates you to
missing anything. So I'm going to flick to the right.
Sinking boat.
Sinking boat.
Infinity song. Catalog art.
Now, I wonder if I can click on the song
Infinity
again
song.
here.
Sinking boat.
Let's try it.
Sinking boat.
No. So instead, you have to flick a bunch to the right.
Infinity song. Catalog art. Full album header. Heading. Metamorphosis complete. Credits header. Heading. Composer lyricist. Abraham. Credits see all link. See all. More by Infinity song. Copyright text. Copyright. Add to my music. Add Sinking Boat to your collection.
Here's where you can at least add it to your collection. But I'm going to flick to the right and see what else is here before we try that. Let's flick to the right.
Download disabled.
Cannot download it.
Play option. Button.
Remember, some things are with the free version, with the premium version.
Download. Play option. Button.
Play options.
Share option.
Share.
More option.
More.
Progress. 2%.
Okay, let's go back up.
More option. Option. Play option. Button.
Let's look at play options. I'm going to tap with vision or double tap on that with a screen reader.
Catalog art. Track number 1. Track more option. Button. Track title. I Want You Back.
And again, it brought up all the songs, and I have to go find that song title yet again. So it's really quite crazy how, the layers of the onion are in here. So we're going to flick to the right, see if we can find that song.
Track number 2. Track more option. Button. Track title. Lotus. Track number 3. Track more option. But track title. Metamorphosis. Track number 4. Track more option. But track title. Haters Anthem. Track number. Track more option. Track title. Sinking Boat.
There it is. So now let's double tap on that.
Track title. Station album cover. Image. Album art cover. Button. Double tap to show lyrics and other options for the track or artist.
And
Album art cover. Image. Current track artist name. Michael Jackson.
okay.
My station. Button. Pandora. Double tap to open. Pose.
And it
Double
didn't
tap
really
to
play
open.
the proper song I wanted.
Pandora. Page 2 of 2. Page 2 of Pandora. Pose. Music. Heading. Pose.
It kicked me
Double
out.
tap to open.
This is, again, you have to be patient.
Pandora.
And we're going to go
Double tap
back
to
in.
open.
We got to Pandora. I'm going to double tap.
Pandora. Banner ad.
And we have
Double
an
tapping
ad.
opens up this ad.
So here's where you're forced to watch an ad, and you can only watch so many ads to hear your music, or you're going to run out and have to wait a while. But let's.
Current track name, Smooth Criminal, 2012
Okay.
remaster. Album art cover, button.
And now it decided to play a Michael Jackson song instead of the other indie song.
Back arrow, title, greatest. More
Yep,
info.
it went into a different station.
Back arrow, title, greatest. Banner ad. Banner ad.
Here's our banner ad.
Tapping current track name, Smooth Criminal, 2012 rematch. Banner ad. Current track name, Smooth Criminal, 2000. Page 2 of 2. Adjustable.
This is very
Swipe up or down with
jumpy.
one finger to Bose. Pandora. Double tap to.
Okay.
Album art cover, button.
I'll pause it again.
Current track name, Smooth Criminal. Thumbs up, button. Progress, 24%.
Okay.
Back arrow.
We're going to go back a layer.
Double tapping this. Back arrow.
Top left corner.
Greatest. Nothing but country. Greatest. Shuffle stations. Recent stations.
And it even threw me.
Tab bar for you. Tab.
Notice, I'm good. This is good troubleshooting, right? It threw me totally into my collections. So I'm like, this is wrong. So let's check the menu at the bottom. And we have.
Tab bar for you. Tab. 1 of 4.
Did you notice that's not selected or highlighted anymore? So I'm going to go back to it. Double tap on For You again.
New music to discover. Smooth Jazz All-Stars perform Lucky Day. Instrumental Country by Hardy. Explicit. Where Have You Been by Kelly Clarkson.
And it brought me all the way back to the list again. Totally threw me out and did not allow me to hear that song.
The Dollywood Collection.
Let's go to the Dollywood Collection. Double tap.
Catalog art. Track number 1. Track more option. Button. Track title. The Sky Is Not the Limit. Country Bluegrass version.
I don't know this song. The Sky Is Not the Limit. I'm going to double tap on that.
Track title. Play this song. Heading level 2. Watch a short ad to play.
Gotta watch a short ad. At least it's letting me do this so far.
Any song, album, or for a limited time. Watch ad. Button.
All right, we're going to have to watch an ad. So here we go.
Catalog art.
You can listen to Pandora anywhere from
Double tapping
any
this
device.
navigates you to previous screen.
On a train or carpool lane, from the road or in your home. With your pet, on your tablet, by the fire on your phone. Listen nonstop on your laptop and on the dance floor while the beat drops. From your smart TV or camping in your RV. Try saying that 3 times fast. We'll wait. Start enjoying everything you love from anywhere on Pandora.
38% battery power.
And then it does,
Title,
it did give me an option to get the premium version of the ad. And then it throws you right into the song, though. I did not opt for the premium. And here's the Dolly Parton song. I don't know that song. I know a lot of songs by her, but not that one.
Pause button. Pause button.
And what I do like about this Pandora app is that in the lower right, when you're playing the song, you can always pause it. There's a pause play button there, okay? So, it's very jumpy. You have to have a lot of patience, but it is doable. I'm going to show you a feature I really like about this Pandora app.
Tab bar for you. Selected. My collection.
Let's
Tab,
go to My
2 of 4.
Collections. I'm going to double tap on that. So we had the lower left, the menu, right, was For You, and next to that is My Collections. I'm going to double tap on that with a screen reader, voiceover or talkback.
Selected.
Tap on it with
My
vision.
collection. Tab 2 of 4.
Let's start near the top.
Title. My collection.
And we know we're there. Title, My Collections. So we're in the right area. I started at the top left, about 1/4 of an inch the way down. And I'm going to look down the list or flick to the right. So here, let's do that.
Create station. Button.
And what I like is create station. It's really fun. But let's just flick to the right one more. I want to show you a couple other things that are here first.
Recently played. Heading.
So here's the recently played heading. So now we know there's headings on this page at least, but let's flick to the right.
Recently played collection view. The Dollywood Collection. Celebrating 40 years of music and memories.
And that's what we just
Recently played
played.
item.
So that's at the top of this recently played the Dolly collection there. So let's flick to the right again.
Dolly Parton. Play the Dollywood collection, celebrating 40 years of music and greatest.
And then
Recently played item.
after that is a collection called Greatest. I made that up. It has a lot of Elton John, Billy Joel, and Michael Jackson in it. I just called it Greatest. Let's flick to the right again.
Station. Play greatest.
It tells
button.
you it's a station.
Double tapping this plays this
You
item.
can play Greatest. Let's flick to the right again.
Sex, love and rock and roll.
That was a Journey station. Interesting name.
Various artists.
Various
Recently
artists,
played
but I
item.
picked it for a Journey song. Flick to the right.
Play sex, love and rock and roll.
Then I could play it.
Nothing but country.
And here's another
Recently
station
played
called
item.
Nothing But Country. So you get the flow of it, right? You get the title.
Station.
You get the fact it's a
Recently played
station.
item. Play nothing but country. Button.
And then you can play it.
Double tapping this plays this item.
Let's just turn the rotor or your controls to headings just to see if there are other headings on here.
Headings.
All right. And then we're going to flick down.
Heading not found. Heading not found. Recently played. Heading.
Nope. There's only recently played. Now, there might be more headings on your Pandora app if you had other types of items in there, such as just single collection songs, etc. But I do mostly stations on mine. But I wanted to show you that you could turn the rotor there. But now I'm going to show you one of my favorite features, and that's, let's touch the top left corner.
Title, my collection.
And we're going to flick to the right once.
Create station, button.
We're going to create a station. And that's really fun because you add a couple, you pick your genre, you add a couple of artists, and then it will play the songs by those artists as well as some other artists that might, fit that genre. So we're going to tap with Vision or double tap with your screen reader on Create Station.
Cancel, button.
And then it does give you the cancel button if you hear that with your screen reader. And you say, whoops, I did not mean to click on Create a Station. I could double tap here and cancel. But I'm going to flick to the right.
Search for artists or select up to 6 from a list.
Okay, so I could search for an artist. If I double tapped, I could, bring up the keyboard and do the search for a specific artist if you have in mind. But rather not to have to spend a lot of time typing, I'm going to just do my search. So I'm going to flick to the right, and you can pick up to 6 to create your station. But first you got to find a genre. So I'm going to flick to the right.
Search, text field. All, selected, show all artists.
Okay.
Tab 1 of 27. Double tap to activate.
All is selected. It's going to show all, but I'm going to flick to the right again.
Pop, show only pop artists. Tab 2 of 27.
I could have
Double
it
tap to
show
activate.
only pop artists.
Hip hop / rap. Show only
Hip hop / rap.
Latin. Show only Latin artists.
Latin.
Tab country. Show only country artists.
Country.
Tab indie. Show only indie artists. R&B. Show only.
And I'm just flicking to the right. Let's do an R&B one. So once you land on a genre that you want, you double tap. I'm going to do that.
R&B. Selected. Show only.
And now
R&B.
I'm only going to see performers, artists in that category. And I can pick up to 6. But honestly, you can pick like 2, and it will start to create a station for you. Let's pick at least 3, though. So I'm going to flick to the right.
Dance / electronic. Alternative. Show
let's
only Chris Brown. Double tap
Chris
to activate or
Brown.
Beyonce. Double tap to active The Weeknd. Usher. Bruno Mars. Mary J. Blige.
I like Mary
Double
J.
tap to
Blige,
activate
so
or
I am
scroll for more
going
artists.
to... Whoops, I like Mary J. Blige. I'm going to double tap on her.
Mary J. Blige. Added to your station.
Okay, and it says
Create
added
station
to my
actions
station.
available. Button.
But I'm going to find a couple other artists, so I'll flick right.
Create station actions available. Usher. Bruno Mars. Mary J. Ashanti. Jaheim. Jennifer Hudson. Trey Songz. Janae Aiko. Mariah Carey. Double tap to activate or
I do
scroll
like
for
Mariah
more
Carey.
artists.
I'll add her. Double tap. Tap with Vision. Double tap with the screen reader.
Mariah Carey. Added to your station.
It's all personal choice, right?
Create
Personal
station
choice.
actions available.
You can make that station whatever you like. I'm going to pick one more.
Create station app. Janae. Mariah Carey. Add Rihanna. TLC. Craig David. H.E.R. Summer Walker. LMA. Double tap. Lizzo. Sade.
Oh,
Lizzo.
I like
Double
Lizzo.
tap to activate or scroll for
I will
more.
pick Lizzo. I'm going to double tap on her.
Lizzo. Added to your station.
All right, I've got 3 in there. So
Create
I'm
station
going
actions
to
available.
go to the
Button.
lower right now.
Create station actions available. Button.
All right, and it says create station actions available. I'm going to tap with vision or double tap with voiceover or talkback. So I'm going to double tap.
Create station actions available. Play
And then
button.
I'm going to go to the top.
11:02 p.m. Back button.
We have that back button, so we know we're near the top left corner. And then you're going to start flicking to the right again.
Name your station or keep the default name Mary J. Blige plus more.
So it's called Mary J. Blige plus more. That's kind of, you know, lame name, right?
Edit station name Mary J. Blige plus more. Text field. Double tap to edit.
So let's change the name, right? We can double tap.
Edit station name. Text field is editing.
The keyboard comes up.
Plus more. Insert.
Keyboard comes up. You have to delete what's in there. So in the lower right, you'll find the delete button, you know, a couple options up from the bottom right.
L. Delete.
I can press and hold into that to delete it all.
E. Cap M.
All right, now I'm going to need a name. I got to call it something. Oh, no. Let's just call it fun because I don't want to type a lot. Now, normally you could use the dictate button and dictate if you don't want to painfully type, but I'm using the microphone for this video, so I'm going to just type fun and keep it short.
Cap R. Cap G. Cap R. Cap F. Cap F. 4. Y. U. U. B. N. N.
Fun. And then you're going to go to the lower right.
Done.
And double tap on done.
Done.
All right. So now we're going to
default name fun.
Let's go back to the top left corner. It's always good to move that focus back up to the top. And we're going to
edit station name fun text field. Double tap to edit station. Name your station or keep the default name fun.
Yeah, we did that.
Back button.
We could go back, but let's go to the right now. We're going to flick to the right.
Name your station or keep the default.
There's that name the station or keep the name.
Edit station name button.
We're going to flick to the right again.
Edit station name fun text field.
It's called fun.
Double tap fun featuring.
Flick to the right again.
Play button.
Play. Let's play it. Here we go. I'm going to tap on it with vision or double tap using a screen reader. Here we go.
Play dimmed. We added your new station to my collection.
Now that's Lizzo.
Back arrow button. Double tapping this minimizes now playing. Thumbs up button.
All right, so I paused it. So what you can do here, which this is kind of fun too, once you create the station, songs in that, you know, genre will come up with those artists and artists like it. And now in the lower right, about a ½ inch up from the bottom right corner,
thumbs up button.
You have a thumbs up button. And on the lower left corner, about a ½ inch up, you've got
thumbs down button.
Thumbs down. So this is really fun because if you hear a song and maybe you love every song by Lizzo, but one, you know, you would just, if you don't like this song, you would thumbs down it and it wouldn't play it again on this station. So I happen to like this song, so I'll give it a thumbs up.
Thumbs up button. Thumbs up.
Meaning, hey, you can play more like that, right? Okay, but maybe I don't want to hear this one anymore. I don't like it. If you want the opposite, you don't like this and you don't want to hear that particular song. All right, I'm going to thumbs down it. I'm going to start to play the song again and then I'm going to thumbs down it and you'll hear what happens.
Thumbs down button. Thumbs down.
It skips it. Moves to the next song. See? And now it won't play that song. And I don't really want to hear this song again. This one I don't care for, actually.
Thumbs down button. Thumbs down. Back arrow button. Double tap.
So I gave it a thumbs down and it brought up the next song. If you keep the thumbs up, it'll keep it and it'll know you like it. All right, so I paused it. I think that creating a station, you know, making it yours in the music you like and in the style and artists that you like with stations is fabulous. I love it. And then you can give it thumbs up, thumbs down. So basically what you're going to find, again, to distinguish.
Mini player.
Let's go
Back arrow.
back
Button.
a layer.
arrow.
You have to go back out of what you were
Title. My
in.
collection. Title. My collection.
Okay, and then you can see the menu at the bottom.
Tab bar. For you. Tab. 1 of selected. My collection.
All right, so just to recap, the difference between For You and My Collections. For You is it pumping out what it thinks you might be interested in with different, popular hits and anything it learns from you as well as what it thinks is really out there for everybody wanting to hear. And then the My Collections is all about exactly that, your collections, what you've recently listened to, what you've put in there and saved in there, and creating the stations and giving it the thumbs up and thumbs down. That's really one of my favorite aspects to Pandora. The next section on the menu,
Search. Tab. 3 of 4.
is Search. That's number 3 out of 4 at the bottom. So let's double tap on Search with a screen reader or just tap on it with your vision.
Selected. Search.
And the best place to start is the top left corner.
Toolbar. Start voice assistant. Button.
And it does have a bit of a voice assistant to work with the app, which is okay. That's something I can't really demonstrate here because I'm using the microphone, but you can play around with that and see how you can engage and interact with the app. But we're here to search. You could, dictate and search and things like that with it. But we're going to flick to the right.
Search. Text field. Double tap to edit.
Okay, and we could double tap. The keyboard would come up and we could, dictate or type in an artist. Let's see what else is in the search area, though. Let's flick to the right.
Recent tab. Heading.
So recent heading.
Play button. Logo.
You could play your recents again there.
Greatest hits volume 1 and volume 2. Adult.
These are things we recently searched for.
Billy Joel.
I did recently search for Billy Joel, so it is accurate there.
Album. 25 songs. Play button. Logo. Billy Joel.
And
A
I
to
can
Z.
play it.
Adult. Soothe. Playlist by Pandora Rock.
Those are Pandora Rocks. So you're just going to see all the things you could search for there. Let's go back to up the list. Flick left.
Adult. Billy Joel. Play album. Billy Joel. Adult. Greatest hits. Play button. Recent. Toolbar. Search. Text field.
Let's do a search.
Double
So
tap to
we're going to do a search. So you could tap on that search field or double tap to edit.
Insertion point at end.
Keyboard comes up. So you could use on this keyboard that I'm using, lower right
Dictate.
has
Double tap to
dictate.
start dictation. Double tap with 2 fingers when finished.
Yep. Don't know if that's going to work right now. So I'm going to not risk losing the recording. So I'm going to type, let's type Elvis because it's short.
Happy. L. S. D. X. C. V. I. S. W.
Whoops.
S. A. S.
Sliding around
S.
there.
Search.
And then we're going to hit search.
Play button.
All right. We're going to start near the
Double tap to
top
play.
left.
Toolbar. Start voice assistant button.
Okay. And then we're going to flick to the right.
Search. Elvis. Text field.
A couple of
Double
times
tap to
we'll flick
edit.
to the right.
Clear search button. Cancel search button. All. Selected all filter button. Artists filter button.
I could search only for the artist.
Songs filter button.
Just songs by the artist.
Stations filter
Stations?
button. Podcasts filter button.
Podcasts.
Playlists filter button. Albums filter button. Adult microphone. Elvis Presley. Artist. Adult sunglasses.
Shows an image.
Elvis Crespo.
Ooh, okay.
Artist. Adult eyeglass. Elvis Costello.
Elvis Costello. Let's go back up to Elvis Presley. So I was flicking to the right. Now I'm going to flick left or look up the list.
Adult artist.
I'm going to go back to Elvis Presley.
Elvis Crespo. Adult. Elvis Crespo.
Oh, no, one more.
Adult artist. Elvis Presley.
There he is. Elvis Presley.
Elvis Presley.
All right.
Elvis Presley. Adult. Screenshot.
I'm starting
Adult.
near the top.
Microphone. Elvis Presley. 2.8 M monthly listeners.
Okay. He has a lot of listeners.
Artist radio header. Heading. Elvis Presley radio.
Elvis
Double tap
Presley
to start
Radio.
artist. Latest release header, heading. Memphis. Top songs header, heading. Heartbreak Hotel, August 13th, dinner show.
Heartbreak
Double tap
Hotel.
to start track. In progress. Catalog art.
All right, so I double tapped to start the song. It said to start the track. But what really, again, we're in that area where that's not really what happens.
Catalog art. Full album header, heading.
We have full album.
That's the way it is. Deluxe edition. Credits header, heading. Composer, Elvis Presley. Credits see all link. See all. More by Elvis Presley.
I'm flicking to the
Double
right.
tap to copyright text. Add to my music.
I could add it to my music.
Download disabled. Play option, button. Share option.
The last time I
Play
hit
option,
play
button.
options, it kicked me out.
Share option. More option. Progress, 0%. Mini player.
But don't let this
Tap
fool you. I'm into the mini player, but watch as I flick to the right.
Current track album image. Image. A person wearing sunglasses. Current track name. Everything. Play, button.
That
Double
is not
tap
the
to
Elvis
play.
Presley track, I don't believe. Let's play.
Pause.
Nope. Remember this?
Play.
That was the other items with the fun and the different in the style of Mariah Carey, things like that. It was playing what's in the mini player is going to be what you last actually listened to until you get it to change and play something else, okay? So even though it said double tap to play the track for Elvis, you know, I'm in this menu of Elvis related things, but at the bottom it's still, the mini player is still on the prior, because I haven't got it to change to Elvis yet. So we're going to start near the top again, top left.
Back arrow. Heartbreak Hotel, August 13th.
We're going to
dinner
flick to
show.
the right.
Heartbreak Hotel, Elvis Presley. Catalog art. Full album header, heading. That's the way it is. Deluxe credits header, heading. Composer, Elvis credits see all link. See more by Elvis Presley. Copyright text. Add to my music.
I'm just flicking to the
That's
right. I could
Heartbreak
add it to
Hotel,
my music.
August 13th.
I could add it to my music, but I don't really want to.
Download disabled. Play option, button.
Let's double tap on play options.
Catalog art.
We'll see if we get anywhere with it.
Track number 1. Track more option. Button.
And here, again, we're in another layer where we have all the songs on the album listed. So we have to find Heartbreak Hotel by flicking to the right.
Track artist name. Track title. Track number 2. Track more option. Track artist name. 20 Days and 20 Nights. Track title. 20 Days and 20 Nights. Track number 3. Track more option. Button. Track artist name. How the Web Was Woven. Track title. Track number 4. Track more option. Button. Track artist name. Patch It Up. Track title. Patch It Up. Track number 5. Track more option. Track artist name. Mary in the Morning. Track title. Mary in the Morning. Track number 6. Track more option. But track artist name. You Don't Have to Say You Love. Track title. You Don't Have to Say You Love. Track number 7. Track more option. But track artist name. You've Lost That Loving Feeling. Track title. You've Lost That. Track number. Track more option. Track artist name. I've Lost You. Track title. I've. Track number 9. Track more option. Button. Track artist name. Just Pretend. Live. Track title. Just Pretend. Track number 10. Track more option. Button.
It'll probably be the last one.
Track artist name. Track title. Stranger in the Crowd. Track number. Track more. Track artist. Track title. The next step is track. Track artist. Track title. Bridge over troubled water. Track art. Track title. I've Lost You. Single. Track art. Track title. The next step is track number.
I'm going
Track more
faster.
Track artist name. You Don't Have to Say You Love. Track number. Track more option. But track artist name. Patch It Up. Single. Track number. Track more option. Track artist name. How the Web Was Woven. Track artist name. Track title. I've Lost You. Take 1. Track number. Track more op. Track artist. Track title. You Don't Have to Say You Love Me. Take 2.
All right, well,
Track number. Track more
Let's-
option. Track artist name. Track title. Patch It Up. Take 1.
just play a song.
Track number 21. Track more option. Button. Track artist name. Bridge Over Troubled Water.
That's a
Take
pretty
1.
good song.
Track title. Bridge Over Troubled Water. Track title. Bridge Over Troubled Water. Take 1.
And there we go. We finally heard it without an ad, probably because it's old. And there he is.
Pause. Button.
And in
Double tap to
again,
pause, play.
when you have a song like this that you're just playing, that you're not, it's not in your station that you created or any stations you're following. This is just a song in the list. Then you have that play pause button in the lower right. So really to sum things up, with the Pandora app, it's free. You know, you have a free version. You certainly have the option to do the premium version. I won't get into prices of any apps and, you know, for the versions upgrades. They change all the time. So you can just look into that under the profile section of the app when you're in. But certainly you do get a lot for free. The weakness is that it's very jumpy and there are many layers before sometimes you get to actually hear the song you want. Some, obviously ads, you know, are a downside, but it's free. So if you can put up with the ads and such, it's good. And then the positives for me are creating stations is where it's at. It's a lot of fun to create those stations. And, you know, as you hear the songs, you can thumbs down a song if you don't want to hear it anymore on that station. So I like that. That's a good feature. And the play pause button in the lower right is always nice. That really sums up the introduction on getting started with the Pandora music app. I hope that you've enjoyed this video and come back for more.